Okay, guys. Well, this is an update. Today is November 12th. So what I noticed in the past couple days is that my nitrate level spiked since I added these 4 fish, my 3 bolas and my Oscar. I guess I added too many fish at once, so it didn't have time to catch up. Basically, I had to do something about it, and after doing some research, I found out the best way to kill nitrates is to go out and get plants, aquatic plants, of course. And basically what I got these. I got the back one is called an Amazon sword, and the front one is a cryptocorine. This one, I'm not sure if it is, hold on a second because I looked up the names, if it's a lucens or if it's a walkery. I don't know if anybody can actually identify it for me, but there's 2 of them in here, and all the tag says is assorted, so I really don't know which one it is. But after looking through pictures, it either looks like the walkery or the lucens. So if anybody knows the actual name of this one, I'd really like to know what it is. But anyway, I got the 2 Amazon swords. One's way smaller than the other. The big one I put over here just to try to cover up the tubing and hide the heater a little bit. I mean, it is a stealth heater. It's black and it looks nice with the black background sometimes, but yeah. Anyway, I had to switch back to my fluorescent light bulb because the LEDs isn't going to support the plants, because it needs the full spectrum lighting of the fluorescent bulb. So basically, the fluorescent bulb has got to go back in, and it has to be on at least 4 hours a day, is what the guy at the store told me, minimum. So that's that. As to anything else, the LED kit I just shipped back today. It's going back to Eagle Lighting. So basically, this is what the hood looks like now. It's got the fluorescent tube back in here. I ripped everything out. The LED strips, when I get them back, I'm gonna just stick 2 back here, and maybe 1 or 2, or maybe try to stick 2 here. I'm not sure yet, just because this fluorescent bulb gets really hot, so you kind of don't want to overheat it. But the 18-inch strips should fit along the back here. If I just use 2 of them, it should be, good enough that I could be able to get the light working there. But I kind of want to try to see if I could fit the 2 strips here also, just because it's really cool looking. I could snap this back. I think this snaps back a little bit on each side, so I might be able to get some more space. But I'll either build something out of wood to go in here, between here, to try to block off the heat a little bit, or just leave it the way it is. But I want to try to put all 4 strips back in here once I get the kit back. It should take about 4 days, and I'll make another update when I get it back, because it was, the reason I ended up sending it back was because the LEDs were getting hot. Apparently they're supposed to stay cold, and if you saw when I updated my last update, the fluorescent bulb wasn't in there, so there was really no excuse for them getting hot. But since I put the plants in, the fish seem to have chilled out a little bit. So obviously the stress level's going down. Nitrates create stress in fish, and my Oscar's starting to look a little bit better. His colors were he was looking a little gray, as well as my parrot cichlids were looking a little funky. But everybody seems to be looking good now. My bala sharks, they weren't even phased, which is actually kind of surprising. because out of all these fish, they're the most delicate. Them, for whatever reason, they get shocked very easily when something's off. So it's kind of surprising that they didn't get phased. But as you can see, I got 3 of them. I picked this catfish. Is right down here too. You can check him out now. It's really neat. I like when he's out here like that. But my albinos really haven't grown at all. And it's kind of worrying me because his mouth is getting big. So he might be chowing down on them soon. Hopefully he doesn't realize they're there, but he fights my gourami for whatever reason. I guess he thinks he's another cichlid. And the bright color, I guess, throws him off. But the gourami is very old anyway. And he's looking at a demise soon. But as you can see, this is how I know when my water's off. Is my orange parrot cichlid here. His scales start to get little black spots. Because back when I first got him, as you all know, he looked identical to this one. And as you can see, he has black spots. And he was actually dyed when I first got him to look like that one. And he wasn't supposed to change back to orange. He was supposed to stay the color that he was, or stay and look the same as the one that's back there. And apparently he was dyed and it wore off, and now he's normal orange parrot cichlid. I really like him too. But every now and then, whenever the water goes awkward, something's off in water, I can always tell when it's off because of him. But that's about the update. I mean, nothing else has really changed. I've been staying on top of the water changes. I took out 10 gallons of water yesterday just to try to get the nitrate level to go down. Somebody told me that if I take out 10 gallons a week for the next couple weeks, it'll bring down the water level a bit, and or it'll bring down the nitrate level. Because that's 30% of the water in the tank. It's 1/3 of the water, so 1/3 divided by 3 is 0.0 or 0.30, and then you turn that into a fraction, and that's 30%. Now that I sound like a math nerd. But yeah. So anyway, hopefully it all works back out. I don't lose anybody. I think if anybody I'm going to lose somebody, it's going to be that gourami, just because he's so old, but also the Oscar's beating him up. That Oscar grew quite a bit since I got him too, so waiting to see how this works out. But I don't know. I'm happy with my tank. It's just a matter of seeing, what goes on with these fish. Also a little worried with these snails. I have 2 snails in here, so I'm kind of worried about them eating the plants, because I've read that they do eat plants. My cord catfish seems to love him too. He's been all up in there. The one albino has been all up in the plants today, so I don't know. We'll see what happens.